Welcome, Jeff Chung, to AACRE. We're so happy to have you join our family. Tell us who you are, who your people are, and where you come from.
Yeah, thanks for welcoming me. Really appreciate it. Name is Jeff Chung. So I am a San Francisco native, so born and raised here. And I've been here most of my life outside of studying abroad and traveling abroad a few times. Um, yeah, so in terms of who my people are, I guess I identify most, if you're talking ethnically, as a Chinese American. And yeah, I don't know.
And tell us what your role is going to be at AACRE.
Yeah, sure. So I joined AACRE as a AACRE digital database administrator. So I'll be splitting my time administrating two databases. One is Salesforce, which AACRE will be primarily using for fundraising as well as programs management, as well as, and I'll also be administrating another system called AACRE, which we just rolled out and is integrated with Salesforce and will be used for movement building, advocacy, email marketing, petitions and forums, and just advancing the cause of the AACRE network.
So, Jeff, when would our AACRE people reach out to you?
Um, anytime, actually. So as part of the capacity team, I think that anytime people have questions around operations or how to use the tools in either of the systems that we named, AACRE or Salesforce, any type of question in terms of how to use it better, how do I make my workday more efficient, how do I get it so that both systems work better for me. Feel free to contact me, email me, G-chat me, happy to help.
And I assume because every action is a really new thing for our community, eventually I know that we're testing it out with Stop API Hate, but then
That's
we'll
correct.
eventually roll it out to other groups and we will have some kind of training on that for everyone, right?
Yeah, for sure. So that is correct. And so right now it's rolled out for Stop API Hate, and I believe it just recently rolled out for CAA as well. But eventually, as we get rolling, myself and the capacity team, we will build out documentation as well as how to and training videos to equip everybody on how to use AACRE. And I hope to, on a rolling basis, after the documentation has been created, even to host brown bags every so often, to make sure that people are trained on an ongoing basis.
Excellent. So, Jeff, tell us a little bit about you personally. Where do you come from here?
Yeah,
In
sure.
your professional world, where you've come?
Where do I come from? It's been a long journey, but yeah. So I have spent most of my career in the nonprofit sector, actually. My very first stint in the nonprofit sector was actually in the international space. So I interned at Kiva, which is a microfinance nonprofit that used to just work internationally, but now works domestically as well. From there, I went to Room to Read and was their database admin for Razor's Edge and dabbled in Salesforce a little bit there as well. Room to Read is an international literacy and gender equality nonprofit. Then I moved domestic and worked with Common Sense Media on domestic policy. And most recently, actually, I worked at a Salesforce consultancy called Dayspring Partners, where CAA was my client for 3 years. And I enjoyed working with you all so much that I decided to make the full jump and join the AACRE network.
Well, we're glad to have you. Tell us what attracted you to joining our network.
Yeah, sure. So probably a few reasons. One is just the mission alignment. I think that in my own personal life, in the last few years, I've gone on a personal journey of, I guess, becoming more appreciative of my Asian American heritage and diving into my own experiences and examining them in terms of what it's been like to actually grow up in the United States as a bicultural kid and having a deeper understanding of that. That has come alongside just some of the events of recent history, right? And how they've affected my community and how in various points in the last few years, I thought more deeply about how current events even directly affected my parents, right? And so because of that, both the personal journey and just because of current events, I wanted to get more involved in advocating for Asian American and Pacific Islander rights. So there was that. I'm also very just passionate about Salesforce and really enjoy being a part of the Salesforce ecosystem. And so I'm happy to, other people may not find it as exciting, but I'm happy to administrate the Salesforce platform for an organization and for this organization. And lastly, I've also become much more drawn to politics, especially local politics of late, and have wanted to grow in and become more deeply involved in learning how to learning how to build political movements, learning how to grow in being involved in activism and local community building, local movement building as well. And I saw that this role gave an opportunity to think about that, both from a strategic standpoint and a system standpoint, but also work alongside people who have been in it for a long time. And so I saw it as an opportunity to learn.
Yay, thank you for that. Tell us something that you love to do. What do you do in your free time, just personally, that brings you joy?
Oh yeah. So very recently, I actually spent like the last 3 weeks like redoing my entire studio. And part of what I've enjoyed doing is just buying gadgets and like gear for it.
What does that mean? What's like, show me a gadget.
It's actually in the background, it's blurred, but so behind me, if I were to unblur it, you would see a headphone DAC amplifier. It's around a $600 system that you would hook up headphones into. And right next to it would be, they generally retail for $1,800 or like $1,800 headphones. You can get them on, I got them on sale for like $600. So behind me would be like a $1,200 headphone system. So that brings me a lot of joy. That's generally how, outside of hanging out with friends and going out and all of that, that's generally how I decompress. I just put on a nice pair of headphones and listen to music.
Oh, so what? Tell me a little bit more about the gadget part. What's the part of the gadget that brings you joy? And it cracks me up that you name the prices. That is so funny. But what is it about the gadgets? Is it the, yeah, what is it specifically about the gadgets that brings you the joy?
Oh, I like things that are designed well. So maybe it's well crafted, things that are like excellent and designed well. So the DAC amp, if you hold it, it's made of metal. It's very solid feeling. Like I just like things done with excellence, because you can also kind of tell that because when it's done with excellence, the person who created it was also passionate about creating that thing, right? So there's something beautiful about that. I also just really enjoy listening to music, and I want to hear it in the best way possible. Yeah.
Love that. Okay, thanks. Is there anything else you want to share with our AACRE network?
No, just the past few days, just want to thank everybody for being incredibly welcoming, incredibly friendly, and really appreciate it. And I'm excited to work with all of you.
Thanks and welcome.